Hi, sisters and brothers. So I want to share this dream that I had last night. It was very realistic, and it was probably like 7 o'clock this morning. I just dictated it to my notepad, so I'm going to try to do the best I can. So the dream started, I was walking through the countryside with my husband, John. I looked at my phone. A movie started to play on it. The screen became huge and it projected out. I saw a man and a woman talking in Russian. I was shown two words. I can't remember the first word, but the second was klompf or klumpf, something like that. It had something to that effect. Then I was shown a crow, and written above the crow, it said 23rd crow. Then I seen a whole sentence, but by this time I realized that if I tried to read out this whole sentence, I would forget the first two things that I was shown. So I realized this was also in Russian. I knew if I tried to memorize it, I would forget the others shown to me by God. But the first word started with an O. It was like ODOO or OODO. It had like an L and something else in it. So we kept walking, and before us through a fence appeared a mother wolf or coyote. She had other dogs with her, and they were coming up to me, and I was pretty fearful of them, actually. I wasn't sure if they were going to attack us. They were surrounding us. I knew they were hungry, but they weren't trying to attack yet. I knew it was only a matter of time. Next, me and John laying in a blanket under the night sky, looking at stars. I don't know why it said showdown. I seen in the sky, I seen in the sky a silhouette of a UFO partially covered by the barn roof. Because there was a barn, and when I was looking in the sky, I could see like half of a UFO, and I knew that was a UFO. It was trying to cloak itself against the sky. And I said, "Look, see it? A UFO." And so I was telling John, I was trying to get his attention. Then I seen another one and another. They were not moving, only hovering. I kept pointing, and then one shot past the sky. It was using some sort of a cloaking translucency, but we still seen a heat shadow from it. Then one shined a spotlight on us. It knew we were there from our movement. And at this point I had told John, put the covers over your head and lay very still and stop moving. And it did that probably 3 or 4 more times, and then the scene changed. Next, we were walking back through the field, and tons of German shepherds came to follow us. They came out of nowhere. There were tons of them running around. I got nervous. They looked hungry, so I climbed up on a tractor and yelled for John to hurry. John eventually climbed up on the tractor, and something was wrong with him. I kept thinking maybe the UFO or something did something to him, but he was messed up. He kept acting like he was sick and going to faint or possessed. I laid hands on his forehead and prayed over him in Jesus' name that life would be brought back into him, and he started to come to. Okay, so it's pretty evident the Lord's trying to show us a Russian invasion. The movie, all of it was spoken in Russian, and the words that he showed me were all in Russian. And the only thing I really knew what he was talking about was the 23 and the crow. And then the wolves coming in, that's like invasion, and then the German shepherds. And I was thinking, I found that Russia uses shepherds in their military. And look, they got their little turquoise hats on. And remember, I had that word turquoise is the color of war. Yep. But they looked like this, and there were tons of them. Some were older, some were a little bit younger. And they were pacing around. Russian police dog training. They use them in the police too. I think that's all they use are shepherds. German shepherds. See, even back then, the Germans used them too. But they were everywhere, guys. And we climbed up on a tractor trying to get away from them. And I remember it was raining. It was drizzling rain. And it was really wet outside. And the tractor had a tarp covering it, so the tractor wouldn't get wet. And I climbed up there and put my feet straight ahead of me. And I was telling John to come, but something was wrong with him. I don't know. Yep. And then that word, I don't know, I tried to look up 23rd crow. All I found was like a Native American back in World War I or II, something to that effect. His name was Crow and something about 23. I don't know, I was still pretty much asleep. And then that word, the K, I've seen this before sometime in my life. I've seen it before. The KHOLMP or the KLOMPH, something like that. It had those letters in it. It might have even not had a P, but an F. I don't know. But I tried to type it in and translate numerous different ways, and the only thing that translated that came up close to using those was the English word class. So, and I don't know what the first word was as I woke up. I mean, everything was so vivid, clear as day, but as I woke up, I can't remember the first word. But the crow that I seen was on a red circle decal, like a sun. And then there was a little black crow in the middle of this red sun, and then on the top it said Crow 23rd. And it reminds me of the red decal that I seen on that plane where I heard Jets, 666 Jets, Planes, New Jersey. It kind of looks like that same red circled background decal. All right, you guys, so maybe these UFOs are not really aliens. Maybe they're just a new technology, and the Russians are going to be flying them when they invade. I don't know. Or China. I have no idea, but I know when this World War III comes, it's going to be something like the world has never seen before, or America has seen before. So, but there was also a second dream I had when I went back to sleep where there was like a meeting place with people that I know here on YouTube, and I was wearing all white pants and a white shirt, and I had been dropped off at this meeting place, and there were people in there. When I walked in, they were possessed. They were like gang members, and they were possessed and just weird, out of their minds. And some guy walked up to me and asked me some questions, and I said, yes, I will preach here. If I will, I can't remember the exact words, but I was talking to him and telling him that Jesus Jesus will deliver people, and he will heal people, and he will bring salvation to people here. But anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you have a good day.